Welcome to a new video from In Solidum Lawyers. Today we are diving into a topic that fuels Ecuador's economic engine, the Hydrocarbons law. Get ready as we break down everything you need to know about this crucial regulation for the petroleum sector. Let's get started. Petroleum is not just a resource, it's an economic engine that shapes the future of our country. Behind that engine lies a legal framework that guides, regulates, and yes, even sets the limits, the Hydrocarbons law in Ecuador. Today we'll explore the fundamental aspects of this law, from its role in exploration and exploitation contracts to the rights and obligations of involved companies. We'll also answer key questions like what opportunities does this law provide for investors? What about environmental rights? And how does this regulation safeguard the state's interests? Whether you're a lawyer, business person, student, or just curious, here you'll find clear and direct answers to understand how the legal machinery behind Ecuador's hydrocarbon sector works. Let's begin. The Hydrocarbons law aims to regulate all activities related to the exploration, exploitation, transportation, storage, and commercialization of hydrocarbons in Ecuador. The central point is to ensure that this resource, which belongs to the state according to the Constitution, is exploited sustainably and benefits the country. This means the state acts as the resource owner, while companies operate under specific concessions or contracts. Here's the key. The state not only seeks to maximize revenues, but also to protect the rights of local communities and the environment. This law is essentially a rulebook for a game where everyone needs to win, not just a select few. In Ecuador, the Hydrocarbons law allows various types of contracts to regulate the relationship between the state and companies. The most common are service contracts and participation contracts. In a service contract, the company is hired to extract petroleum, but the crude remains the property of the state. In return, the company receives a payment for its work, usually based on a fixed amount or operational costs. In participation contracts, companies and the state share the extracted resources, each receiving a percentage. However, these contracts come with specific requirements such as complying with royalties and additional taxes. It's like renting a juicing machine. In one case, the owner pays you to use it. In the other, you share the juice at the end of the day. Both formats have pros and cons, but the focus is always on protecting the country's interests. Petroleum is vital, but not to expense of our planet. The Hydrocarbons law includes strict provisions to mitigate the environmental impact of petroleum activities. For instance, it requires companies to obtain environmental licenses before starting operations, conduct environmental impact assessments, and comply with specific management plans. Additionally, violations can result in hefty fines, suspension of activities, or even contract termination. A notable case was the Yasuni Reserve, where the law played a critical role in regulating extraction in a highly biodiverse area. The keyword here is balance, advancing economic development without jeopardizing the environmental rights of future generations. It's a legal balancing act, but absolutely essential. As we've seen, the Hydrocarbons law in Ecuador is more than just a set of rules. It's a tool for balancing economic, social, and environmental interests. It protects the state's resources, encourages private investment, and establishes safeguards for communities and the environment. If you have questions about how this law might impact your projects or need legal guidance in the petroleum sector, In Solidum Lawyers is here to help. Before we go, remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and activate the notification bell to stay updated on our legal analysis. And if you found this content valuable, share it with your network. Your support fuels our mission to keep creating useful, high-quality content. See you in the next video. Take care.